Well, I escaped from Ken's last week, so man, it's been a trip to get home. But anyway, this week is the week before Easter. It's traditionally kind of like that tipping point week just before the full spring market comes into to full run because next week will be at the end of March, 1st of April. And man, where did this month go? And there's a lot of signs in the real estate market right now saying that the market is strengthening, and I would like to show you some of those today at Simply Des Moines Market Values. So my name is Les Solgrove. This is Simply Des Moines Market Values for week 12, 2024. This is the show that talks about the Des Moines and Central Iowa real estate market and gives you some insights as to maybe where the market is going based on where we've been. So let's jump right into the show today. I've got some good material here. We're going to start off with a frequently shown graphic here. This is our weekly homes for sale graphic of all homes for sale, and the black dashed line that Ken just does not like at all. I really don't care. Is That's last year. So this graphic gives you a 2 year, year over year perspective plus a year to date perspective here with the columns each week here. And the thing you're going to notice right here already is that we're already starting to pull away from where we were in inventory last year. Now, granted, we'll talk about this probably next month in the beginning of the end of the beginning of the end of the month, the end of month report. Actually, it probably is the beginning because I'll do a quarterly report too, since it's the end of first quarter. But anyway, back to this show. You can see we're starting to build inventory each week, and we've been doing so since about week 9. So the last 4 weeks here, we've seen a pretty steady increase in inventory. And interest rates have kind of bubbled up a little bit. They're really close to 7% nationally. I know you can get that rate lower locally here, but that's the national average there. So we'll just kind of watch that. And so when we look at homes for sale, where is that inventory coming from? And this is kind of a unique graphic because you're going to see a little different perspective when I show you this same information in pending sales and closed sales. But for this particular graphic, there are two lines I want you to be focused on here. The number of existing homes currently for sale. Out of that 2,913, there's 1,272, and that's represented by this red line here. Closely behind, in fact, last year and the year before, new home listings actually exceeded at several points throughout the year the number of existing homes. So we actually had more new homes for sale in plenty parts of the year than many parts of the year, and over the existing home inventory. The bottom two graphics here are the condo townhome inventories, and those are just traditionally lower anyway. Um, but it's kind of an interesting one again, is you'll notice that just like the existing homes are increasing in um, units for sale. Down here at the bottom, also that new condo townhome inventory also outpaces the existing home inventory. So 209 existing home sale is our lowest category. That's basically the townhomes, the resale townhomes and condominiums versus 1272 existing homes. So that's a pretty good spread there. So if you're looking in these two categories, you might want to consider looking at new construction condo if you're on the edge of pricing there, because you'll find, I think, that there's some good values out there for you in the marketplace. Homes listed weekly by category. Now this is those same four categories: existing condos and townhomes and homes plus new homes there. And what this is now looking at instead is the number of homes listed each week. And this kind of gives you an idea of where the inventory is coming from. You know, we had a little rise in inventory here this last couple of weeks, and some of that, or most of that right now, it appears to be coming from existing homes on the market. And that's probably the most common area there. But new construction, the builders are putting a little bit more inventory into the market. They're measuring that as they enter it, which I think is probably a smart thing, because if you flood the market and you have too much inventory, then at least new construction can somewhat control days on market and months of supply. And that's just the benefit of being a builder. And I think that's a great option for um, uh, people to look at is those days on market. So if you see a dropping days in market, I'm kind of going off topic here, of new homes as we move forward, some of that is probably based on the fact that the inventory coming on board is just newer and hasn't been seasoned yet. So anyway, let's move on here. The bottom three categories, again, the lowest number of homes currently that had offers accepted last week, or I'm sorry, homes listed last week, was that new construction condo townhome category. Looking at the same inventory data based on sale pending properties, and these are the homes that are the total number of homes that are currently in sale pending. So just over 2,150 homes are currently closed or in sale pending right now. That number is going to continue to go up as we move towards the heavier spring market. And the first thing you'll notice is that for the second time in about 4 weeks, we've kind of touched the bottom of where we were last year. In fact, we're pretty much dead on where we were last year on week 12 for sale pendings. So think about this. We have more inventory coming on, we have more sale pendings, and that's kind of a good sign. That's kind of what we want to see in a spring market. Looking at the same breakdown by the four subcategories, the homes that are currently in sale pending status, those are predominantly, again, existing homes, which is kind of pretty much expected. New construction homes still kind of comes in second place here. Those are going to be kind of the two competing categories for the most part, with existing homes predominantly beating out new construction in units throughout the year, just because of the sheer number of homes that we actually do business in that existing home category. Um, you do see, though, however, that new construction condominiums are now at the bottom of the list, and they'll remain there now for the rest of these future graphics that I'll show you today. Only 104 homes currently are in the closing process for new construction condominium townhomes, and so that's where we could see some great improvement as the spring market comes on. That and the existing condo townhome market. So if you look at this graphic here again, this is again that just like the number of homes we bring onto the market each week. These are the number of homes each week that go under sale under contract, and so we've got 173 that went under contract last week, which is a pretty good jump. I mean, really, when you really want to start to measure the market, you start to look at changes in the sale pending process. So when we're starting to see more homes each week go under contract, um, at a pretty good clip like this, that's going to be a good sign for the market. So, and again, 11 homes, the new construction are basically the bottom of the line, with new homes coming in second again. The last category we'll look at before the show ends today, this is the year-to-date closed sale count, and this one looks a little different from normal. You see we've got two pink stars there. The first star is when we crossed that 1,000 closed threshold. That happened on February 16th. And it happened to be about 7 days faster than last year, which is a pretty good sign that the market's really picking up. So that's kind of the third sign, the inventory coming on board, the sale pendings increasing, and now we're seeing our closed sale count start to increase now, and the pace quicken a little bit. Now we're just a couple of days slower than last year. Keep in mind we had an extra day this year in the month of February, so we actually gained a physical day. So we're really about with leap year. So we're really about a day slower, or what I would consider to be right on track. How these two milestones looked, I don't think I showed you this graphic early on when we crossed that 1,000 milestone, and you can see at 46 days right here. That's a faster pace than we saw in 2023. It took 46 days, but not nearly as fast as it was back in 2021 and 2022, when we were pumping right around about 30 days on average throughout the year for closed sales. It took us another 32 days then to close that 2,000 milestone. And again, that was just 2 days slower, one day in my mind, slower than last year there, as mentioned. And again, the breakdown of the homes that are closing in these categories, it's harder to measure this one and compare it above each other, because what we've been looking at before that were year to date, which is just going to be a climbing scale. Um, this does kind of give you, though, the idea of how many homes are closing each week. And, you can see where we kind of had a pretty good spike of new construction there, the new home sales. So they probably had several homes that were kind of on that same build pace, which caused that. A lot of these sales spikes here we're seeing was business from November and December when rates really dropped quickly, and then they kind of spiked, and then so we had a little slowdown in January, and then now we're back on a little bit better pace. At least interest rates are not being the driving effect of the market right now. In fact, we'll talk next week also about mortgage interest rates. Got some news on that as well. So that's the show, folks. Thanks again for joining me. This is Les Solgrove, and I produce this show every Sunday, sometimes with a guest, once in a while with a guest, and then most of the time just like this. And so if you would like to receive this information in your inbox, or you want to be notified by it, subscribe by going to the YouTube channel and subscribing there. If you're watching this show right now, just simply click on the YouTube video within the social media channel you're probably watching and click that subscribe button. All right, guys, we'll see you all again next week. It will be Easter Sunday. Um, It'll be kind of an interesting show. In fact, I might actually delay the show, just thinking this through. I might actually delay next week's show till Monday, with it being Easter and also giving the ability to kind of do some analysis on both end of month as well as end of first quarter. So either way, just keep your eyes open. If you subscribe, you'll know, and we'll see you all again next week. Take care. Be safe out there.